Becoming a full-time single dad didn't just change my schedule. It exposed every weakness I used to hide behind. The cracks in my discipline, the money stress I had, the anger I would feel, the wasted time, and the excuses. These are the 5 things that fatherhood forced me to fix. Because once my son was watching and it was just me, I couldn't keep lying to myself. And I don't even mean this in that motivational quote kind of way. Real life. School mornings, dinner, laundry, work, bills, homework, doctor appointments, bedtime, cleaning, trying to stay in shape, trying to get your money together, trying to be patient when you're tired, trying to build a life when the child is dependent on you, the best version of you, every time you walk through that door. That's different. Because when you become a full-time single parent, full-time single father, there's no hiding. You find out real fast what kind of man you really are. Not the version you post, not the version you talk about, the real one, the tired one, the stressed one, the one that still has to show up. And for me, single fatherhood, it didn't let me stay the same. It forced me to fix things that I might have kept avoiding. So here are the 5 things that single fatherhood forced me to fix. Number 1, my relationship with time. Before becoming a full-time single dad, I could waste time. I could go to the gym for 3 hours, 4 hours. I could sleep in some days. I could leave the house at the last minute. So many things I could do because it was just me. When you have somebody else depending on you, especially a little kid, man, patience and just planning are so crucial. You have to be prepared. You have to keep them in mind. You don't have time to waste. If anything, time is of the essence because there's so much you have to teach them, so much they want to learn, so much time they want from you, that engagement, and it's important. You can't put off things to the last minute. You got to get the laundry done. You got to make sure you got gas. You got to know what's going on with school that week. Disorganization will lead to just chaos and just more stress. And so locking in and understanding that time is precious and you have to be intentional about almost every hour of the day, it's a game changer. It doesn't mean you got to be perfect either. It just means you have to know and have some sort of plan. And understand that plans will change. But as long as you have some sort of plan, you'll at least be headed in the right direction. You'll be making an effort. The one thing fatherhood will teach you is that with time, it's something you can't really get back. Really, you can't get it back. And neither can my son. So you got to make the most of it with what you have. The second thing single fatherhood taught me to fix was my emotional control, emotional regulation. There was times that so much was going on in my world and I had to get through it. I had to still show up. Single fatherhood will expose you if you're impatient. It'll expose you if you're reactive. It'll show when your tone is too sharp. Because in this time frame, it'll show if you let your stress leak onto other people. To me, that type of stuff matters because as a man, you have to control your emotions at all times. You have to be responsible for regulating yourself no matter what is going on, whether it be finances, whether it be work stress, whether it be grief, a relationship of a family member transitioning. So many things that happen that cause stress, but you have to find a way to stay balanced as an adult. That's manhood. It's not the loud version. It's not a lot of bravado. It's just doing what you have to do. And sometimes that's quietly. You take a breath before you respond. You slow down. You think about the outcomes, not just the instance you're in, but what happens next, 2, 3, 4 steps down the line, like a game of chess. The tone matters. Your energy matters. Safety matters. I want my son to look back and remember his dad was strong, and his greatest strength is when there was times when he had to remain calm, and he did. Third thing, single fatherhood has forced me to fix my money habits. Before, it was just me. I could make bad money decisions, and I did. And looking back, for kid, you don't have that luxury because you got to make sure they have the essentials: roof over their head, clothes on their back, food in their belly, school supplies, shoes, haircut. There's so many little things. And don't go to the store for kid because they're going to ask for toys. They're going to ask for this and that. It's a whole process. Activities, the AC, the electricity, the tablets, the apps, the coins, everyday stuff, man. It just adds up. But what kids need, what you have to learn as a man is that you have to think about the future at every step, every transaction, and know where you are. So that means being responsible and creating a budget. It means understanding your cash flow in and out, having some type of idea. You have to be aware. Just like in sports, you have to be aware on defense where other offensive players are or how many timeouts are left. It's so much to think about, and you have to do your due diligence, especially even more as a single parent. Once you become a dad, man, money isn't about spending money anymore. It's not about buying things. Money is about peace, options, protection, stability. And I had to start respecting that. The fourth thing fatherhood forced me to fix was my excuses. And this might be the biggest one because when life gets hard, really hard, you start looking for excuses. Big ones. I'm tired. I'm stressed. I don't have enough money. I'm doing this by myself. Nobody cares. Nobody understands. I've got too much going on. And while some of that might be true, the truth still becomes an excuse if you stop moving, if you give into it. I got limited time. Fatherhood is heavy. It's not like it used to be. So what? Figure it out. Because I realize my son always needs me to find a way. And that mindset changes everything. It changed how I approach training, working out, spending money, trying to make money, my diet, cleaning, work, everything. Maybe the most important thing was my own healing. When you figure out these things and you go through these things, that's when your manhood really gets built. You stop using these excuses as a reason to quit or as a reason to not give your best. I want to teach my son that just because something is difficult doesn't mean that you abandon it. I want him to learn that when things get hard, you adjust, you simplify, you show up, you find a way. Fifth thing, my standard for the man I'm becoming. It's not my standard for other people. It's my standard for myself. I tell myself every day, what kind of man is my son watching? What am I showing him? What is this going to teach him? Good, bad, or indifferent? Does he see a man who keeps his word, who spends time with his family, who saves his money, who works out, who cleans, who takes care of himself and takes care of other people, who has manners, who's courteous, respectful, helpful, brave? Because if you got kids, sooner or later you'll see that they watch you like a hawk. They learn from you. They learn from us, especially when they're young. So that means I gotta be the example. A disciplined one, a healthy one, an emotionally regulated one, financially responsible one. Fatherhood forces you to become more whole because the better the man you become, the better the man, the parent that your children have, get to experience. That's the standard now. So to recap, being a single dad forced me to fix 5 things. My relationship with time. 2, my emotional control regulation. 3, my money habits. 4, my excuses. 5, my standard for the man I'm becoming. And I want to be clear, I'm not saying all this stuff that I fixed it all perfectly. Still a work in progress every day. But one thing fatherhood forces you to do is to not avoid it. You got to fix it. You got to work on it. Got to do the work. That's the difference. Because when you're forced to raise your child alone, your weaknesses don't stay private. If anything, they're more exposed to that child just right there to watch you in real time. And that's why I'm so serious about rebuilding my life and just making every day intentional and prioritizing what I need to do. Because somebody I love is growing up inside that very life. Somebody I love is inside this life I'm rebuilding. That will make a man change. So if you're a father watching this, what did you have to fix? Especially my single dads out there. What did you have to change? What did you notice? What did you have to shift to grow at? Was it time, money, patience? Be honest in the comments because it'll probably help another man. So many men just want to know they're not alone and that somebody else is going through this very same things. Don't let being overwhelmed become your identity. If you're over 40, building your discipline, your money, your body, your fatherhood, and your life, this is the channel for you. That's what North of 40 is about. Not being perfect, being responsible, not making an excuse, finding a way.